Hi, this is Johnny Burgin with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. As you can see, I'm tapping my foot here. We're going to talk about John Lee Hooker. It's by request from one of my Patreon supporters. This is Never Get Out of These Blues Alive. This is really one of the best John Lee Hooker songs with the deepest mood. And I'm looking at this one version. There's so many good versions, but my favorite one is a solo one with this beautiful sepia tint filming. It's real slow. I think I should slow down. And I'll put a link to that one in the description. But the basics are all right there. This is sort of boilerplate what he does in E in some ways. So I've got a 2-finger E chord. I'm going to worry about the left hand first and then talk about the right hand. Because then the left hand can be almost a set it and forget it. And then you really concentrate on your right hand for the flavor and the mood and the attack. There's lots of ways to come at this. So instead of this big old E chord, I'm doing a 2-finger E chord and leaving the A string open. Notice what I'm doing with the right hand. I'm just kind of going down my thumb, up with my index finger. Typical boogie pattern here. And it's highly customizable, and you can really build on this foundation. And by the way, speaking of this, I hope you'll check out my friend Frank Goldwasser's great video about the boogie, where he's playing an open A and doing the boogie. So instructive, such a good video. Now let's try the sort of melody of the song. That's first finger, first fret G string, hammer on like this. He does that all the time. Now we're going to add that 7th on the B string, 3rd fret. And then he answers that with open 2nd and 3rd fret open on the A and E strings, like this. Or you might just hear it. That's just, see how much tension and anticipation you get going. Now, one thing you can do, you're almost flicking with your, I'm going to keep tapping. Just practice that. I'm kind of going, it's like you're flicking something away from you. Now let's go to the A7th and let's finger it his way. I like trying to finger the original ways. A lot of times it really unwraps things for me. It really sort of sounds more like the flavor, the original flavor. We'll just start with that down, up, thumb, finger. So see how this fingers might be different than what you're used to. 1 finger A chord, 3rd finger, 2nd finger. I'm used to this. This is just how I do it. But John Lee Hooker did it this way. You can push this note if you want. 2-finger. Bass notes. Now let's take that A7th, move it up 2 more frets. Just bang away on the A string. It's cool. Jimmy Reed style, right? And you always hear Jimmy Vaughn do this. You hear everybody do this. Eddie Taylor. There's one really cool version, another good live version where he's got the spikes, the spike guitar strap and the black leather jacket. And he does the intro twice, the 4-bar intro twice. He goes... Then he does it again, which is kind of cool. He's setting the stage like, hey, this is going to be important when I finally say it. But sometimes he just starts out, you know, playing his lead stuff which is all finger. I was always trying to... I was doing it with my thumb, but really he manages to play all his single notes with his fingers. So let's talk a bit about his solo. This one, I mean, he never plays the same solo. So let me try that again. Here we go. Anyway, that wasn't very graceful, but that's kind of the solo he plays, and it's so cool because I'm gonna keep this going because it's a real natural progression. You know how it is when you watch those old musicals and all of a sudden people are talking, there's this romantic banter, and all of a sudden somebody starts singing, and it just magically, gradually changed into a song. Like he just gradually changed into almost like his version of shredding or something. After this, kind of go up and down with your pointer. He likes that bottom pickup, that really piercing sound. And he puts one finger here and then just starts just wailing with this pointer. I don't think he uses his third fret here. I think he just goes... Let me try that again. Hard to play, man. That stuff is hard to play when he gets fast like that. And it's so mean and nasty, you know. It's so almost bitter and acidic, you know. But this is the real lesson. Just this. And let that A string ring. Hear how unresolved it is? And then tie it up. And then let's try it. Of course, you don't want to ring it out all the time unless he's really letting the dogs out on his solo, right? And then he always ends with a big thunk with his thumb there, you know, the final last death blow. Just love it, man. But the real thing is if you could just sit with your acoustic guitar or something nice. There's also an amazing thing that I can't really do very well. When he really gets fired up, he goes like, you know, and he's doing that with his second finger. Because I finally found films of him doing it, because usually when he does it, he'd always does it and never getting out of these blues alive. Like drink a black coffee, smoke a cigarette, and then he's always anchoring one finger so he could go back and forth with the other. He switched and he went to this finger and he went. Now, I know he was double jointed. You can see his fingers kind of curl up this way. Sometimes he'll like slam his hand down here to really make it stop, you know. The other thing that he does to be faster, and he does this a lot with his thumb too, one stroke, two notes. So I'm playing two strings. Yeah. See how mean can you get? How deep can you go, as he says. Anyway. And then he does this. Same thing. He does that in Tupelo, you know. So the ending, he goes. There you go. So have fun with this song, see how deep you can go, and try going up and down with this. After you get this. Whoops. I love the way he uses the open strings, the open string here and the fifth right here. Have fun. Any John Lee Hooker stories? Love to hear them. I hope this helped you. Join me on Patreon for weekly guitar chats and to support these free videos. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends. Keep picking. And see you next time.